it's Chris Smith here, and I'm here with my
mother, Kathy Smith.
So today we're going to be doing Easter baking. We're doing some mini confetti, what you may call it, meringues, and some cream egg cupcakes.
And here we have the ingredients.
So we're going to get onto the video now. So yeah, just point that way. Huh? So first we're going to be doing the meringues. So what you need to do is line 2 baking trays with baking paper. My mum loves to do this with a bit of butter underneath, just to let the baking paper stick to the tray. Next, preheat the oven to 110 degrees centigrade for a fan oven. And then begin measuring out the dry ingredients. So what you need for this is 150 grams of caster sugar. We're using light brown caster sugar in this, so excuse the colour. 3 egg whites separated from the yolks. After you separated the egg whites from the yolks, whisk them using an electric hand whisk or a stand tabletop mixer, don't know what you call it, Kenwood thingy-mabob. And you need to whisk them until they're very light and very fluffy, as you can see here, and they go into stiff peaks. Now whisk in half of the sugar and fold in the remaining half, making sure not to lose all of the air that you've gained from whisking the mix. Once the mixture is of a light and fluffy texture, separate it into 3 separate bowls and add in the vanilla extract that we forgot about earlier. So you need a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Using gel food colouring so as not to add too much liquid to the mixture, add in your 3 separate colours of food colouring and fold. Now using 3 separate piping bags, or as we're using Ziploc bags, add the meringue mixture, snip off the corner and begin to pipe in a swirly motion. As you can see, the first few didn't turn out very well, but practice makes perfect and they did end up looking awesome. Now you want to make sure that you're swirling them round in a full circle and pulling up afterwards to make sure that you're getting that classic meringue pointed shape. So after you finish piping, with 2 full baking trays you want to put them both in the oven at the same time. It doesn't matter which shelf you use. So these meringues take quite a while, they take an hour, so make sure you set a timer. So after you've taken them out of the oven and they've cooled, you want to melt 200 grams of white chocolate on a pan full of water over a low heat. You need to make sure that they're over water and not straight in a saucepan because it will make the chocolate separate. So as my mum demonstrated there, you need to be really careful with the next bit. They're very fragile, but you need to dip them into the melted white chocolate and then the sprinkle. So finally, leave them to set at room temperature and then enjoy. They look amazing and they're just so delicious. It's really easy too.
Move on to our cupcakes. So these are sort of cream egg cupcakes, but I couldn't find any cream eggs, so you're going to want to pre-prepare your mini cream eggs by putting them in the freezer. Make sure you do that a few hours before baking.
First, measure out 100 grams of plain flour, 20 grams of cocoa powder, 140 grams of caster sugar, again using brown caster sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and a pinch of salt. Add 40 grams of unsalted butter, and this is essential that it is at room temperature. Mix all the ingredients together first with a spatula, otherwise you literally get a dust cloud going everywhere. It's not very fun. We had to clear it up.
This is not going well.
So then with an electric hand whisk or a Kenwood stand mixer.
You just make a dust cloud.
In a separate jug, measure out 120 ml of whole milk, 1 egg, and 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Mix these all together with a whisk and then add into the main mixture. Again, whisk all the ingredients together to make a nice smooth cake batter. Using a dessert spoon, fill each of your muffin cases or cupcake cases to 2/3 of the way up. Take your frozen mini cream eggs out of the freezer and out of their wrapper obviously, and place them in the centre of each cupcake. Place them in your preheated oven for 25 minutes. Sorry, I forgot to mention this earlier, it's 170 degrees centigrade. Whilst the cakes are in the oven, you can begin on your buttercream icing. So measure out 100 grams of salted or unsalted butter, doesn't really matter, 200 grams of icing sugar, 1 tablespoon of milk, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So after whisking the butter until it is smooth and creamy, you want to add all of the icing sugar and the wet ingredients. Again, I prefer to start mixing the mixture with a spatula rather than the whisk straight away, so I don't get a dust cloud all over the kitchen. Once the mixture is combined enough, begin to whisk until the mixture is smooth and creamy. Using a teaspoon, spoon the mixture into your piping bag of choice. I'm using a plastic piper here with a star nozzle. Using pretty much the same technique as the meringues, you want to swirl the icing round until it forms a peak in the middle. Using the remaining mini eggs that you have, chop them up into quarters and place them on top of each cupcake. So there you go, 12 quick and easy cupcakes, perfect for Easter. You can make them on Easter as a family. I mean, they're great fun.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And again, with my
Mother?
we made some meringues. Do you want to hold the other one?
This could
Yeah, we made
this
some
could go
lovely
wrong.
meringues.
And
And-
some lovely cupcakes.
Yeah. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and comment down below, and also subscribe down below, and all the recipes and everything will be in the description box. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next video.
Bye for now.
Bye.